It's August, it's summertime, and this is Comedy Central at the Edinburgh Fringe with me, Jamali Maddix, bringing you 10 of the most shit-hot comedians trailblazing their way through the comedy circuits right now. The act I'm about to introduce was once a member of the legendary Cambridge Footlights. He's been smashing shows all over the UK, so show your appreciation for Leo Reich.
Oh my God. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, first things first, literally, hey. Secondly, I'm Leo. Bit about me, I'm bisexual, which I only feel like I should mention up top, just because I feel like a lot of the time people kind of assume that I'm gay, and for a lot of my life that kind of confused me. But then recently I found out why it is. I think it's because of the way that I speak and like the things I say and how I act, which actually does make sense. Being bisexual can be kind of weird, I guess. Explaining it to people, they find it a bit hard to understand. I think because it's a sort of middle ground, I guess. It's not one thing or the other. It's sort of grey area, kind of like the sexual equivalent of being like a pescatarian or a Lib Dem, where it's like, oh, I get it in theory, but how does that translate into policy, you know? Being bisexual was kind of weird at school, I guess, because I went to a school that was just for boys. No girls allowed. Get out of our treehouse. We're being toxic. Oh, what were we like? So random. As you can imagine, an all-boys school, there was quite a lot of sort of latent homophobia that would sometimes kind of emerge in quite weird ways. Like, I remember in year 7, a boy in my class coming up to me and saying to me, hey, put your hand up to your face. Because you know if your hand is bigger than your face, that means you're gay and you have cancer. Even at the time, I remember thinking, that is mental. Like, that is insane that our bodies have evolved to do that. So I put my hand up to my face, and my hand was bigger than my face. And in that moment, I had to deal with such an intense diagnosis. I might only have days to live, but like, I guess I'm gonna have to spend those days sucking down as many dicks as possible. Like, I'm 11. And just as I'm thinking that, the boy lunges forward and he pushes my hand into my face. I've hit myself in the face and he runs away laughing. And I felt so embarrassed, and I go bright red. And I remember thinking, like, apart from anything, what a low thing to do to someone who was just found out they have cancer. Like, pick me while I'm down, why don't you? Do you know what I mean? I feel like those early experiences, like, still kind of manifest in my love life at the moment. Like I still feel like I'm not really a very sexual person. Like, I feel like when people first meet me, they don't necessarily go, oh gosh, like, what an attractive man, I must fuck him. It's more sort of, oh gosh, what a tall 9-year-old. I wonder exactly why he's crying. Like, I feel like I can never be myself during sex, you know? Like I feel like if I was myself during sex, I would be saying things like, oh God. Whereas, I don't know if you know this, but during sex, you're actually meant to say sort of confident things, like absolutely, like that kind of thing. What I'm saying is sexually, it's very important to be chipper. And I found this out one of the first times I ever had sex, which is a tale as old as time, literally chipping at home if you know the words. I'm 19, he's 24, he's having a house party, it's winding down. He says to me, do you want to stay over? I'm like, okay, sure. He's like, great, here's the plan. What you're gonna do is you're gonna leave and you're gonna wait around the corner until everyone else at the party has left, at which point you're gonna come back, but make sure you don't run into any of those people, because I'd rather be dead in my grave than anyone on God's green earth know we're fucking, as it would bring shame on my family, I'm paraphrasing. So obviously, at that point, I'm thinking, Exactly. Spring wedding, pastel theme. Cut to an hour later, and I'm having sex with someone who clearly fucking hates me. I know, hottest thing in the world. And he decides that what would be really beneficial to him at that juncture would be to very suddenly spit on my face. I wasn't necessarily aware that was something that you would do to like a sexual partner. I thought that was maybe something you would do to a street urchin if you were playing an evil prince in an animated film. So he goes, yeah, do you like that? And I think, be chipper. So I find myself saying out loud to someone who's just literally spat on my face, yeah, it was lovely. So long story short, April the 14th, save the date and buy something lavender. Thank you so much, guys. This has been weirdly the most random thing in the world, but there was me when the Edinburgh Fringe was cancelled, like so scared that I would never perform into an empty room ever again. So what I'm saying is never give up on your dreams. I've been Leo Reich. Thank you so much. Bye.